Frozen lemonade,
Yeah.
ice cream, yeah. Gatorades.
Oh, yeah, electrolytes. Those are important with all the heat that we will be dealing with. We are in the hottest time of the year. Historically, when you talk about climate, climate is what has happened in the past, essentially, and how that averages out, right? And then our daily forecast or our daily temperatures, that is the weather. And so when we talk about weather, it is currently 84 degrees. Our wind is still breezy out of the south-southeast there at 15 miles per hour. It does lighten up quite a bit early in the morning. We'll barely get into the 70s in Corpus Christi. Inland, we'll get into the mid 70s. Along the coast, stays in the 80s as many of us are getting ready to head back to school tomorrow, especially in Corpus Christi. CCISD, be ready for a high temperature tomorrow afternoon of 97 degrees, 99 Robstown, triple digits for areas inland. We will see those winds gusting a bit stronger, up to 30, possibly even some 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But overall, let's talk about headed back to school. Wet bulb temperature is something that you may be hearing a lot of, especially when it comes to after-school sports and things like that, but even recess. And so what wet bulb temperature, or wet bulb globe temperature to be exact, what that does is it factors in temperature, humidity, wind, sun angle. So the time of day plays a big role in how intense the heat feels, and then additionally cloud coverage to determine what that heat stress is. And so for us here in South Texas, when it gets above 90.1, that's when we start to get very concerned. 87 and 90 is still a moderate heat risk. And what that heat risk is, or heat stress is, that's when you start to feel a little sick because you're too hot. Your body can't handle the heat well if you're not hydrating or taking necessary breaks, whether you're working in the heat or playing in the heat. These numbers are so big, and they really help determine that heat stress. So overall, we're going to be in that orange category the majority of the day tomorrow. So from about 10 a.m. all the way through 6, possibly 7 p.m. But I want to highlight 4 p.m. because Corpus Christi will be close to that 90.1 number. But for now, it looks like we'll stay in that moderate heat risk. But areas inland, such as George West, Tilden, Freer, Falfurrias, you could be dealing with a major to extreme heat risk over your Tuesday and Wednesday, so possibly even Thursday as well. So really take that into consideration, especially if you have to work outside or the kids playing after school. That's why practice may be shortened or adjusted or even canceled if we get into those purple categories. But as far as Futurecast looks, we are mostly dry. It looks like on our Tuesday there is a chance we do see some of those pop-up afternoon thunderstorms, but it's lower than we even had today. As we take a look at Friday, that's going to be another day where we see our best shot at some of those pop-up thunderstorms along the coast, thanks to the position of the high pressure and a break in our high pressure ridge aloft. It weakens a little bit. So Friday is another good day for some rain. When it comes to the tropics, we are watching an area now that has a high chance of development. That's that second tropical wave. You can tell the convection looks better with that one than the first one. And I'm not really worried about the one in the northern Atlantic because it's going to ride the high pressure away from the U.S. But these will ride the high pressure out in the Atlantic toward the Caribbean Sea. Now, high pressure over the Gulf is going to work to build into the weekend, and that's really going to block off the Gulf from tropical activity. If there's a break in these high pressure systems heading into next week, that will turn the system that has a high chance of developing likely to the north. But that's the one that's really worth watching, but not worrying about at this point. Overall, what that high pressure does is it makes us really hot. And so we are looking at 90s that could be nearing the triple digits for Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we'll be in the mid 90s, about normal for this time of year, which remember through the 15th. So we're almost through, we're halfway through that climatological hottest time of the year. We're almost there. And then it's downhill from the year.
Little by little.
Yeah, that's all right.
We'll take it.
We can handle it. We can survive it.
That's right. Carly, thank you so much.